Yeah, so this is exam season, and let's be real. It's of course getting pretty stressful. Correct, children? So today we are going to chat about something which is super important. How do we tackle the stress head on? Yeah, and guess what, uh, folks? Today even Meta is teaming up to handle some of the exam pressures. They're having sessions on a regular basis. They're making sure that our brains are not just full of facts, but also with some very happy thoughts. Yeah. So now, mom, dads, teachers who have joined us today, let us make our little champion feel good during this exam season. And sometimes this test can be bit wonky. Sometimes create headaches, have tummy aches. You can have even grumpiness. I think it happens to all of us, right? But here is a cool part. Today we are going to learn some good tricks together. How? Well, Dr. Usha Eswaran, who is a superhero in education, she's going to share some awesome tips to us. Yeah. So she's an engineer. She's a fantastic teacher. She's on a big award even from the UN. Um, she's been a regular speaker at the career mentor sessions, very popular among us, and that means she knows all that is required to help us find our own superpower in education and in life.
My dear students, today we are going to talk about how to conquer exams without stress. So this is a very big question because we all have also undergone all these problems, and it's not only for exams, my dear students. Every day we face this stress, and it's very important to know like how to handle this stress or how to convert this stress into a positive energy, because stress has got so much energy. Since it is negative, it is making us come down from the level where we are. But if it is positive, then sky is the limit. We just can reach wherever we wanted to. So the causes of stress during exams, specifically during exams, is mainly the time pressure. We may have a plan of action, planning and everything, but still, we may not be able to meet. And finally, the exam will be nearing and we would not have completed most of the important topics. So time pressure is one thing, and then fear of failure. So every one of us feel like, okay, I need to succeed, I need to overcome this, I need to prove that I know these things, and I need to come out with flying colors, I need to get applaud from my teachers, my parents, everybody should feel happy about my success rate or the outcome of my exam. So all these things, fear of failure, I should not fail. Lack of preparation, as I said, like some people will follow some systematic way of preparation. Some people randomly prepare whatever, the old question papers. Some people follow that methodology. You need to know the concept of each and every subject whatever you study, so that should be there in your mind. If you have that in your mind, definitely you will understand and you will prepare yourself. So if the lack of preparation is lack of planning, then high expectations of whom? First thing is parents. The parents expectations will be very high on the children, and it is quite natural that everybody want their child to be successful. So impact of stress. So if you are under stress, you have some tension or pressure in your mind, what will happen? First thing that gets damaged is your concentration and the focus, and next the memory recall. Whatever you have studied, whatever you stored in your mind, if you have stress, first thing is you will not have concentration, you will not have focus, and you will not have memory recall. You will not be able to recall whatever you have studied before the exams. This is what happens in the exam hall. And then you will not be able to solve any problem. It is not only the mathematical problem. Suppose you have a question and you have part of the question, you know how to answer, but you should also know how to present your answer based on the requirements of the question. So there comes the problem solving. So you also should have a calm mind to think about how do I resolve this question with the content what I know. So this sort of situations will be affected if you are going to be under stress. So first thing what we need to do is importance of stress management. We need to manage the stress. Okay, you've got stress because it is quite natural, and I even will say, like, I, for myself, I feel like I should be stressed because, for me, that is a huge energy which I possess with me, with the stress pressurizing me to perform well. I will convert that stress into a positive energy. That is how I am training myself, and I feel that stress is required, but it should not let you down. It should not be a negative impact in your mental or physical health. So you have to manage this, because it all depends upon the mind, how it works. So your brain, how it works. So if it is going to be affected with stress, then you will not be able to perform well. So effective stress management techniques, if at all you are having, then you can learn how to be calm, how to calm your mind and relax your mind and make your brain think about what you have learned and what is to be done, because the cognitive ability is to for executive functioning actually. So that part of the brain should not be controlled by the stress. It should be free so that it will guide you properly what to be done. The executive functions instructions comes from your brain. So high levels of stress can negatively impact physical and mental health. I'm repeatedly telling you because you need to know the consequences of allowing the stress to enter into your mind. And if you learn how to manage stress, then you will be able to improve everything in your life. Generally, not only related to exam, but in any time in your lifetime, whenever you have this sort of stress, then you need to learn some relaxation exercises. Time management is very, very important, and positive self-talk. Self-talk is what you talk to yourself, because you're the one who talk to yourself more compared to the outside people. So it is you who is giving a lot of negative inputs to yourself. So if you stop doing that and give a lot of positive self talk, definitely you will feel motivated. You will reduce the amount of stress that is coming into your mind. If you are able to do all these things, then you will be able to stay calm, focused, and confident during the exams. So that is only going to make you feel relaxed and also give you confidence to face any situation in life. So effective stress management techniques. First one is positive mindset. As I told, for me also, positivity is one thing which is going to help you to feel good about yourself and confidence about yourself. Then smart planning. See, planning is very, very, very essential. Unless you plan according to whatever is required, prioritize what is required first and what is not required, which can be set aside. So, this prioritizing and planning the things is very, very important. And self care practices. Out of 24 hours, except the sleeping hours, we are not dedicating time for self care. It's not browsing the mobile which is going to make you happy. Please forget about the digital devices which are going to make you happy. Have physical connect with people. Go to places. Go to some lawn or park, or go and inhale some good air. This is very, very important. The oxygen inhalation is very, very important to make you feel good. It depends upon what suits you. Then stress reduction techniques. So don't take everything to heart. So this is one thing which will reduce your stress. Then organization strategies. You need to know how to organize things. And then support networks. Go to somebody who will listen to you and give you support. Talk to them. By just letting your feelings out will reduce your stress. Go and approach a support network who will support you, who will understand you, give a solution also. Not only criticizing what is happening. People should be able to give you proper solution for your problem. So such people you should have in your life. Then confidence building. So you need to think about from your young age, from the baby stage, what all you have achieved in your life. So have a list printed and fix it in your room. So this sort of things you have to do for yourself. Don't expect somebody else will come and do. Then adaptability. When situation comes, you need to know how to adapt yourself. Then break management. Anything hours together you cannot do, your mind will not be able to concentrate. And if you're achieving something, celebrate it. Now, how can you avoid this sort of stress coming into your life? First one is time management. Time management is very, very important. Regular exercise and physical activity. Exercise and physical activity is very, very essential. Please minimize your digital usage and come out to the real world. We have the habit of going for a walking or jogging or jumping or skipping or whatever will make you feel physically active. Then healthy eating habits. You have to plan what should be the protein intake, what should be the carbohydrate, how much fiber, zinc, magnesium, all those things you need to plan in your food. Then sufficient sleep and rest. Better to have good sleep and rest. That also I will tell you why. Then setting realistic goals. So you set some realistic goals. What is possible, what is not possible, what is your limit. Then prioritizing tasks, seeking social support, mindful relaxation techniques, and limiting caffeine and sugar intake. So now coming to the exam preparation. First of all, we need to enjoy our exams. The exam means it has become like a fear, like a phobia. If you don't have goal setting, then forget about achieving anything in your life, because goal setting is one of the keys to leading a successful and fulfilling life. Suppose you have a goal, then you will have a purpose. Yes, why am I going to school? Why am I studying this subject? Why am I writing this exam? So if you have a goal, you will have a purpose, and you will get up early, you will start reading the books, you will watch your diet, you will seek to experts to learn more, and then you will become disciplined, and then you will climb the peak. So this is very, 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 very important. So my dear students, set your goals first. This is the first step which you need to do. And go ahead, write down your goals today. Unless you write down your goal, you will not be able to achieve. Not many people have achieved also, unless you have a clear goals. So these are the secrets to make your dreams come true. So commit yourself to action and commit yourself to doing what it takes to achieve your goals. Make sure that everything you do is taking you closer to your goals. So 3 steps: write down your goals, make a commitment, and take the first step today. You can also make 1 hour goal, 1 day goal, 1 week goal, 1 month goal, 1 year goal, and the lifetime goal. So you have to keep track of your goals and achieve your goals. You have to have something in your mind. So now I'll give you one formula. Goal can be written as 4Ds. They are nothing but: first is dream. You need to dream what you want in life, and then fix a date as to when you want to complete. So if you don't have a date to complete, then it will be never ending. It will keep going. You can never complete that. And declare. In this, some people may declare, some people may not declare. I follow the declare option because the reason is I will inform that to my well-wishers as well as to all others. The reason behind this is my well-wishers will remind me, you told something like you will finish so-and-so thing in so-and-so date. Where are you now? Have you completed? This is from my well-wishers. The other people who are not my well-wishers will keep commenting or criticizing, saying, you told something now that you will do. You people cannot do. So this sort of comments also will motivate us and make us do. And then dedication. You need to dedicate totally 100% dedication you need to have on the work what you are planning to do. So this dedication will only give you success. These are the 4 things. Then effective exam preparation. First of all, you need to start early. Create a study schedule, organize study materials, practice active learning techniques. Now I'm going to give you one tip for how you need to learn. As I said, people say studying and learning. I don't believe in studying. Learning is something which will make you understand, reading, writing, and sharing. So you will understand whatever you are reading, and you will be able to apply that on some application. The concept based learning is what I believe, and in that learning I have few steps. If you have a paper and pencil, please make a note of it. So tips to improve your learning. First one is reading. See, reading means not going in depth on the topics. First of all, read any topic you wanted to write for the exam or for your syllabus or a learning purpose, whatever it is. Just read without emphasizing more on what is that, what is this meaning, and what is that I need to remember. So all those things you forget about it and read aloud. So when you are reading aloud, 50% of the words, whatever you are reading, will go into the subconscious mind. Without your knowledge, it will go and get stored because you are not under stress. You are happily reading like a story. Then comes the remembering. The second step is remembering. Now, once again, when you're reading all those chapters, you have to connect to what is this? Why am I reading this? What is the concept mentioned here? Where it is applied? And where this concept is being applied in the real life. Some examples, some real-time examples. If you're reading a definition, you discuss with your teachers on what does it say, and how it is related in the real time. So this sort of remembering step, second step of remembering, will be little in depth, where you understand the concept and link it with the application. Then comes the recapitulation. This is very, 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 very important. So whatever you study, unless you recapitulate, you will not be able to store in your mind. So in recapitulation, you need to recall whatever you have studied, whatever you remember, whatever has been stored in your mind. How many times? Number of times. The recapitulation is what is going to help you store in your memory. So recapitulation is very, very important. And whatever you read, within 24 hours, there is a possibility of you forgetting that particular whatever thing you are studying. So quick revision in 24 hours is very, very, very important. Whatever you study in the morning, again in the night or in the next day morning, try to revise. So 24 hours of revision is very, very important. Then try to teach what you have learned. If nobody is there in your room, imagine somebody is there and teach. But if you have somebody in your classroom itself, teach to them so that you will understand better. Then comes the stage of reproduction. Now you have finished your reading, you have finished your remembering, then recapitulation is over. Now you are reproducing. So when you are reproducing, that also it is coming from your mind and not from your book. So every time you reproduce from your mind, it becomes stronger and stronger, and it becomes a memory for you. Then comes appreciating yourself. Okay, I am able to reproduce so much. It is there in my mind now. I will never forget. Appreciate yourself and exercise your finger muscles, because when you're writing, now that we are all in the digital medium, all your messages, your WhatsApp messages, Facebook, Insta, everything you will be doing with fingers, but you will be mostly using your thumb and the pointer finger, and you will have some pain in your muscles also, because writing with pencil or pen is less compared to the previous days. So do some exercise for your finger muscles. Then you check with your book. You have now reproduced. Check and rectify your mistakes. Then finally do the revision. So these are the 6 steps you need to follow to learn anything actually in your life. Reading, remembering, recapitulation, reproduction, rectification, and revision. They are successful methods. Please follow. Then coming to how to concentrate. So here I will give you one ABCD mantra to overcome this. So first one is active break. Second one is be positive. C, commitment. And D, do different. So now there is one very, very important thing which we need to know is active break. Every one of us will study for some 20 minutes or 25 minutes, and we need to take a break. Mandatory. Don't continuously study for 2-3 hours. That is not at all going to work. Even in schools and colleges, they insist on break time. And after each class, there will be a break time before the next teacher come. You will just go out and drink some water. You just go to your restroom and come back. So there will be a break in between two subjects also. Similarly, when you're sitting and studying, there should be a break. So active break means what we feel after 20 minutes of study, what we do, we come back to our bed and we lie down, turn on the TV, ask mommy to bring some snacks for you, lie down on the bed, eat, and you complete your break time, then you will go and sit and study. So that is the wrong practice. The break should not be like this. Relaxing is only for body. But when you're sitting and studying, is your body doing the work or your brain is doing the work? So when your brain is doing the work, you need to give some food to the brain, not to your tummy. But what we do, we feel as if we are so tired, we go and eat something, drink something, and relax something, switch on the AC. So that is not the active break. Actually, the brain is now suffering. The brain is been concentrating for 20 minutes. Whatever you have told, it has to store. And if you are not going to feed anything for the brain, then how it is going to again going to concentrate after you go and sit and study after the break. So break is not physical relaxation. You need to do some activity for the brain to get some food. What is the food for brain? We all forget about the food for brain. We only think about food for our stomach. So exercise your brain. 20 minutes of exercise before exam or anytime before your preparation is going to improve your performance. So when you are going for a walk or running or jumping, this is a very, very successful tip. 1 minute, wherever you are, just you require a small room. 1 minute, you jump for 100 times. Morning one time, afternoon before your lunch, and then in the evening, as well as in the night, suppose if you are going to study. This is very, very important tip. When you jump or when you skip, do skipping or jumping, have some physical activity during the break time. What happens is blood circulation happens in your body. Because you've been sitting and studying, there won't be absolutely no blood circulation. Your brain needs food. What is the food we can give to regenerate all the cells? And the food what is required for the brain is it requires oxygen and blood circulation. So when you're jumping and running also, you have to keep your mouth open and inhale fresh air. You pump in lot of oxygen, and when you're jumping, automatically the blood circulation from toe to head, it will go, and your brain will get sufficient oxygen and blood circulation to keep it active. And then you drink a glass of water. So this is what is the food you have to give to your brain during the break time. So this active break is very, very essential. Please understand, active break is not relaxing. It is exercising your brain. Either you go for a walk or you go running, jumping, skipping. So that will improve your blood circulation. You need to inhale a lot of good fresh oxygen, drink 1 glass of water, and this blood circulation will keep your brain active. Suppose you want to sleep. Suppose you have study holidays and you want to sleep. Don't sleep after lunch, because you will sleep for 2-3 hours. Better you have a short power nap before your lunch. Then be positive. This is very, very, very important. You think positive, positive things will happen. And don't say I have to. Instead, you say I want to. Change your attitude to positive attitude and take full responsibility for your own learning and do more than what others are willing to do. Don't focus on grades too much. Focus focus on concepts, and view challenges positively. Write down 3 to 5 reasons why you wanted to do well academically. So, this is one thing which should be associated with your goal. And be a professional student, responsible, focused, and hard and smart working. And be clear about your purpose and don't blame others for anything. So, how to change your negative thoughts? Whenever the negative thoughts arise, pay attention to the triggers and patterns, and that awareness will avoid you think negative. Then challenge the negative thought by asking yourself if it is really true or if there is evidence to support it. Then replace the negative thoughts with more balanced or positive thoughts. Then practice more self talk, positive self talk regularly, and focus on what is going on well in your life and what you are grateful for, and seek support of your friends and relatives, and fly above negativity. Negativity is not going to give anything in your life. You have to think positive. Then you have to be committed. Whatever work you're taking, have some commitment and do different. This is something like when you take a subject, you are taking a dry subject, then don't continue with the similar subject for the next hour. Try to have different subjects. One subject may be a theoretical subject, go to some other problematic or some enjoyable literatures, or you can do some mind maps, you can do some drawings, something like that. You keep changing your study subjects from 1 hour to the next hour, and set your biological clock. As how we get this body clock, like 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock we'll have feel hungry for breakfast. 1 o'clock again we'll feel hungry for lunch. Again in the evening we need snacks. At 8 o'clock we'll feel hungry for dinner. Like that, you need to set your biological clock for studying also. 6 o'clock your body should tell you, get up, get up, get up, you need to study. So this clock also should be set by you. And when you're studying, when you're learning, read the question and read the answer. Some people don't read the question properly when they were preparing for the exam. And also during the exam, in the exam hall also, they don't read the question paper thoroughly. So reading the question and then answering is very, very important. And meditation is another very, very important thing. Get balanced diet, fruit and vegetable. Natural fruits and vegetables are very, very important. Then 6 to 8 glasses of fluid every day. Then colorful vegetables and one banana before lunch. A small banana is enough, but this helps you a lot. Then all colorful fruits. So here quickly we will go this. We have already know this Pomodoro technique, because 25 to 30 minutes only you need to study at a time, not more than that. And rest, active break, not resting on the bed. Then 50-50 rule. Here forgetting curve. This is very important because whatever we study, we forget soon. So 50% of time you spend for learning new thing, and another 50% share to others or explain to others. Then spaced repetition. So this is another very, very important thing. Keep revising constantly. If you complete one chapter, review intervals. First review, second, you write the dates when you need to review. So to break the curve, forgetting curve, see here, the memory retention. The first day when you study, in 24 hours, it will slowly, you will start forgetting. So you have to repeat again in 24 hours. So the forgetting curve again in the next first week, second week, then third week, like that. Every week you need to fix a time for repetition. So that will overcome the forgetting, actually the problem of forgetting. First time you study, then second time you fix a time, for the third time you have to find out how much is your retention ratio, how much time you can retain the information. So based on that you can fix your review schedules. Then whatever important things, difficult things, you study before you go to sleep, because the brain processes and stores the information while you sleep. And study important and difficult chapter before sleeping. And then create a visual image. So you can have some mind maps, flashcards and all, which are very, very important. Stick on your room and keep just looking at it. So that will go into your mind. Then this is one thing which is my practice, audio recording. So if I have some difficult topics, what I do is I record with my own voice in my mobile, and I'll go for walking by listening to that, because my brain or my mind is habituated listening to my own voice. So I find it useful recording my own voice and listening to that while walking. So I will be able to store it in my subconscious mind by just listening. Then breaks big task into small pieces. Don't keep one big chapter at a time. Break into small pieces and study and take responsibility. And time management is very, very important. Have a time box calendar like this. Every hour, every day, fix what is to be done. And at the end of the day, check if whether you have done or not. Don't plan to finish everything or anything. Instead, your goal should be to use the time box calendar and work on set tasks without distraction for that period of time. Then 8 hours of sleep. 7 to 8 hours of sleep is very, 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 very important. So 4 steps to remember what you study. First one is identification, second one is memory trace, third one is storage, and fourth one is recall. What is identification? So your brain identifies, or it will be able to encode information through some sensory input, whether by seeing or by when you read something. So all these things, you need to make your brain familiar with those things. That is why I asked you to do that reading first time. When you do this reading, all these terms will be familiar to your brain when you're reading the next time. So identification. And then second one is memory trace. You see many things in the world. Suppose imagine you're going to a mall. So you're going to a mall and you are seeing so many people. Do you remember all those people whom you see in the mall? You don't remember. Suppose in one corner you are seeing Amitabh Bachchan. He is giving an interview. You will come back from mall, and will you talk about the thousands of people who are in the mall, or you will talk about Amitabh Bachchan? You will talk about Amitabh Bachchan because he is familiar to you and you can remember about that particular incident. So familiarity of anything is very, very important to get stored in your brain. So you need to make sure that it is stored. This storage happens only if you have involvement and interest. If you are not interested to study anything, how much ever you study, it will not get stored. So it is in your hand whether you wanted to store. Then recall. How many times you retrieve the information from your brain, that much it will become stronger. Then time management is very important. So for this, which you need to practice beforehand, how much time each answer you may be able to write. So that will make you comfortable during the exam. And when you get stuck up, don't stop in that question itself. Switch over to next question which you know very well. Then after exam, very, very important, don't discuss. Keep moving. It's already over. No point in discussing about the exam which is already over. Then do's and don'ts. You have to exercise. You have to go for some games. You need to relax. You need to properly plan your food. Listen to music. Pray if you are interested. And limit your coffee and tea. Don't mug up. And don't watch TV before you go to sleep or during your exam studies. Relaxation for some time is okay, but you should not get addicted. Then avoid cramming too much, avoid phone calls, avoid junk foods. So final thoughts: have a positive mindset. Smart planning is important. Self-care practices are important. Stress reduction techniques you need to follow, and organizational strategies, support networks, confidence building, adaptability, break management, and celebrating efforts. So this is what is your final slide, where I complete this with my inputs on how to overcome stress and be successful for your exams.
My question is not something related to stress, but I just want to know your view on this. Like, I feel quite comfortable in studying late night till 2 or 3 in the night, and my parents often suggest me to wake up early in the morning instead. But the problem with me is, like, if I wake up early in the morning, I feel like I can start later, or I feel quite sleepy while studying. So, what do you think? What should I do about this? I have been trying to wake up early, but I just always procrastinate. I feel like I can start at 10. So I want to know your view on this. What should I do about it?
See, first of all, you should understand that the whole day you're tied up with some work and already your brain is tired. First of all, we forget about one important part in our body, that is brain. Brain is the important part in our body, and you know that the brain is tired from morning till night, and you are
Yeah.
extending still more. Do you think the amount of time you are going to be awake is going to be beneficial? Because it's not whether you are studying till 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock in the morning, but whether something is getting retained in your brain, you're able to store something
Yeah.
in your brain is what is important. So getting up early in the morning is your mindset only, because you are comfortable keeping awake late night. You are continuing to do this now, but
Yeah.
you should also make it a habit. Everything is a habit only. Now this has become your habit, so you're doing that.
I had to ask this question about the caffeine and sugar part because usually people, they tell to eat more sugar or consume more caffeine before the exam because it'll wake you up before the exam. It'll give you the energy of
Uh,
that, but you told not to eat it. So yeah,
Sugar,
how does it make?
don't take white sugar. Eat fruits which contains natural sugar. Regarding coffee, it causes acidity, which will cause stress. You do not know how it happens because of the discomfort of your stomach, like automatically you will get giddiness or headache or something like that, because already you will be in pressure. So on the day of exam, caffeine is not going to help you. Other days, if you are habituated, you take little bit.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes,
So,
ma.
it is like you have to attend your college and then your online classes. So the day passes very quickly, and then still people say that you have ample time to study, and then again they'll be saying that you ought to get that sufficient hour of sleep. So it is like you can't manage that college study and then classes study. So it is sort of a burden. So how do we overcome this?
Every student will have some 9 to 5 if they have classes. Evening, after coming back, they'll have time to study. So if you have online classes, then you have to make a, time schedule. It's very tough, because the entire day physically you will be tied up in the college, and then coming back you'll have online classes. Then you need to do more of brain activating exercises, proper food to make keep you energetic.
Ma'am, as you said starting of the session that we tend to perform better in state of good stress, is there any way we can maintain that state?
Since my preparation and planning, I believe in that. Even if I don't have slide, I will know what to talk, so that keeps me. Pressure is there, but still converting that into a positive, motivating myself, making myself more confident because I've done my homework. So if you have done your homework and you have prepared well, that stress is a good stress for you. If I wake up in the morning, I'm not able to focus well and start dozing off. So what should I do? Jump for 100 times, all your sleep will go off. Completely blood circulation will wake you up. If you feel asleep, jump for 100 times. Keeping awake is not enough. Their brain should be awake. It should be it should have some rest, na, from morning till night. If you keep on giving information to your brain, how it will store, how can it work? You are awake and you are reading. You are assuming that you are storing information, but you are forgetting in exam mainly because of this reason only. That is why people say early morning study is always effective, because throughout the night the brain would have had some rest. What is the best way to deal with bad time management according to you? Time box calendar. So if you plan your activity, definitely, and you have to follow it, not just writing on the paper. Take a Excel sheet and mark for 1 week. First mark for 1 day and see if you are able to do it. Then next day, next day. Then you have to fix realistic goals. You cannot write something which you are not able to do. Start with minimum pressure and then add as and when you're able to manage that. Whatever you're planning, you should be able to do.
Ma'am, as you stated earlier in the seminar and like now also that we must like set goals, but how do we set them like to be realistic and not something that we cannot be like we cannot achieve?
You should not set within your comfort zone. First of all, you should set the goal such a way that you come out of your comfort zone. Always, if you wanted to be safe without extending anything beyond your comfort zone, you will not be able to succeed. So increase your goal setting targets day by day. If you are able to fix a goal and complete, that itself will be a motivation to you. Next day, increase little bit. Like that, you stretch yourself, come out of your comfort zone. Automatically, the goal setting, every day you fix a goal, complete it. That will give you more confidence to fix better goals the next day.
Yeah, actually, my concern was whenever I do something I love, my concentration level is like high. I could like learn like the organic chemistry and I could study it for 2 hours straight. But whenever I come to something that I don't like or something like maths, I'm not able to concentrate even for like half an hour.
That is 100% true, because you will be involving only when you have interest. See, when we don't like some subject, the reason behind that is we don't understand. Now what we have to do, we need to convert the dislike to like. Not understanding to understand. Ma'am, I personally believe for me, night time is better to study, as in I'm able to grasp the study material 2 times faster, as my focus is at its peak at the night time. During the day, I can't really focus well. It is your comfort level, ma. If you're able to manage that, and if you're able to store what you're studying, and if you're able to reproduce in exams, well and good. But check whether you have productivity or not.
Ma'am, would you like to elaborate on my previous question about good stress?
See, there should be some fear in you when you do something. Fear is something which may help you to do successfully also. When I do a public speaking, I'm a motivational speaker. When I go to the dais, I do get stressed up. I mean, I do get that pressure that by seeing the audience and all, I feel, yes, I need to do well. I need to do well. That stress gives me more responsible feel. It does not pull me down. I have practiced myself in such a way that fear will make me do better. You have to forcefully practice positive talk.
Actually, I've seen that my son understands the topic and very efficiently, very nicely in the classes. So when it comes to studies, he get diverted easily at home. Means within 30 minutes, 30 minutes reading time and all, he wants to take some break. Usually taking 10 minutes break after 20 minutes read or 30 minutes read. Is it good sign?
It is good sign. It is must. You need to give rest to the brain and make it active. You need to give food to the brain. So continuous 2-3 hours is not at all a good habit. That 5-minute break is going to make him more productive for the next 20-25 minutes what he's going to study.
Okay.
So after 20-25 minutes, let him take an active break.
Sometimes or most of the times I see kind of gets into a negative belief. A lot of times with whatever I mentioned, but he gets stuck in that negative belief and stop putting his efforts. So can you please guide more on this one?
Yes, ma'am. We need to develop growth mindset, ma'am. He has a fixed mindset. What is not possible yesterday, they believe that forever it is not possible, but use the word yet, Y-E-T. It is not possible yet, that's all. You have to tell them how they were in the younger days, how gradually, how they started learning all those things, how they won a lot of prizes, how they competed in schools or in any other competitions or anywhere where they have exhibited themselves. So every year, every minute, every month, every week, there will be an improvement. yesterday you are not able to do does not mean that forever you will not be able to do. It is only yet. Y-E-T.
Thank you, Dr. Usha. It was really very insightful, session. I'm sure this was help. I mean, this will help in the examination journey for most of our students who participated today. So thank you, and we'll stop here.